welcome to Art with Beth. And as you can see, we have changed locations in my house. And something else you might have noticed, that we're only doing one video this week and not two, because this video is good for older kids and younger kids. It goes for everybody. Joining us is my daughter Rivka, because she is going to show you. She's kind of that middle. She's in second grade, so she's not quite a big, but she's not quite an itty bitty. She's kind of in between. So, if you're wondering what we're doing in the kitchen, we are going to do the art of making matzah. That's right, we're going to make some matzah this week because it's Pesach. And this is a good time to talk to your kids about what matzah is and why we eat it and why we do what we do. So this is a good time to do that. I'll let you guys get into that on your own. All right. So, the first thing you're going to want to do is get our matzah recipe. If you notice, get your screenshot, get your snapshot of it. Excellent, thank you. You'll notice there's only 2 ingredients. However, I have looked at a lot of matzah recipes, and some of the matzah recipes you can put olive oil in. Some of the matzah recipes I've seen put herbs in. Some of the matzah recipes I've seen use whole wheat flour or ground flour instead of white flour. It is completely up to you. I have gone with the basic recipe. The only thing that you cannot fudge on is the fact of time. You'll notice I put this whole part here about time. It is 18 minutes total. That is from the time water hits flour, you have 18 minutes to go from one end to the other. It has to be out of the oven. So, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put your oven at 500 degrees. 500 degrees. Now, unless you have an industrial oven, 500 degrees is the highest, I'm going to say 90% of all ovens go to. If you have an oven that goes higher, put it higher. Industrial ovens, the things that they actually make matzah in, they go up to 700, 800 degrees. And industrial matzah makers, you'll notice their matzah tastes a little different. It's because their ovens get up to a higher rate that we just can't get to in our normal kitchen. But we're making kitchen matzah. All right. So, you'll also notice that I have given you a ratio of 3 to 1. That's 3 parts flour, 1 part water. So that can be 1.5 cups of flour and 1/2 cup of water, which we're doing, or you could do 3 cups of flour and 1 cup of water, however much you need to satisfy all of your matzah making. I'm going to tell you though that if you go, which recipe I did, which is 1.5 cups of flour and 1/2 cup of water, it really comes out with a good amount for 1 or 2 kids to do. All right, you ready to start? All right, I need 1.5 cups of flour. Ready? Whoa. Okay, nice. 1. That is a big scoop, babe. A little too much there. All right, 1.5. Perfect. And then we're going to put 1/2 cup of water in. Okay, before I add this 1/2 cup of water, Rivka, what do we have to do? Set our timer. I'm going to set our timer, 18 minutes. Go for it.
Alexa, set a timer for 18 minutes.
18 minutes, starting now.
All right, start mixing. All right. So we want to kind of mix in so the water is all mixed up and you're actually starting to form a dough. Once it starts actually forming a dough, it's a little harder to mix with a spoon. And you have to get to, you ready for hands? Hands. All right, hands it is, go. So while she's mixing it by hand, I want you guys to come back over here and look at this for a second. Something that you did not see before, okay, is I have inside here, can you get the peek in there? I have an inverted cookie sheet, so it is actually flipped upside down in that hot oven. That's going to actually help make it crisp versus if it was a cold pan in there. If you want to just do a cold baking sheet with parchment paper and slide that in, perfectly acceptable. You just won't get the crispness that you will by having it on a hot pan to begin with. And I'll show you how to put it in there safely. But while this is heating up and while your kiddos are doing that, it's a good time to stick that cookie sheet in there. Are we ready to go?
Does it look ready?
I think it looks ready. All right, we need to flour our surface.
Can I just do that?
Yeah, right there.
And why do we flour our surface?
So nothing sticks. Thank you. All right, so little two. There we go. We just need it lightly. All right, so I'm going to start kneading. What we're doing is we're building elasticity in here so that we can get it to get thinner when it's time. So the more you knead it, the better it'll be. I've been making sourdough bread a lot. That's my sourdough starter right there. So we've been making a lot of bread. We've been making a lot of bread. And if you don't think it's an art form, whew, it is. All right, I think that's good. You ready to roll? Should we roll it out? Hand me my rolling pin.
Heavy.
My rolling pin is quite heavy.
It's like a fish.
I know. What do you think? I'm trying to get it rectangle.
I don't think I'll have a good knife.
You don't think it will?
I think you need a knife.
All right, you want to go as thin as you can. So if you're wondering why I want you to go thin, this is our boo-boo. This was the first one we made, and it was too thick. So it's still, yeah, we're not gonna,
No.
yeah, that one goes in there.
It's
All right.
matzah-ish.
Matzah-ish.
It has a hard crust, but inside is not baked. It's still there.
Yep.
I don't like seeing it.
All right.
This is going to be a good one, hopefully.
All right, so next step, once it's flat, think it's flat enough, Riv? All right, we need a fork. A real fork, not a plastic fork. Ta-da! All right, start poking holes.
Don't poke too hard. You don't want.
Yeah, you do.
You want them
Poke.
to go all the way
Yeah,
down.
keep going, you're doing good.
Going crazy.
Go crazy. The more holes you put in it, it pops any air so you don't get puffs, and it actually looks more like matzah.
Matzah.
So holes are good.
Matzah, matzah.
If you're really good, you can actually do designs in them. No way, this is way more fun, isn't it?
This is more. It's like a weird design.
Okay, so I think we're ready. So our oven is ready, our matzah is ready. I'm actually gonna cut this down a little bit. Ta-da, here we go. Ditch this part.
I will take it to the trash can.
Okay.
It's
So I want you to go stand over there, Riv, so you're not near the oven. And I need Lee to come over here so you can watch how I do this.
Goodbye.
Ready? So we have our oven. You know, it's really hot in there. It's smoking hot. Stay over there. Stay over there.
Ooh, I don't want sauce.
Pull this out.
I'm wanting hollow.
Okay.
I don't want it to get burnt. I need a hot dog.
Ready? In it goes, just like that. Alexa, set a timer for 2 minutes.
Nope.
Alright, so it's in. So
2 minutes.
in about 2 minutes, I'll show you how to flip it. And we'll see how it's looking. What do you think? Alright, see you in 2 minutes. Alrighty. And we're back. Our 2 minutes are up, and I'm going to show you how to flip the matzah. Now, if you just did it on a cookie sheet, you don't need to flip it. But if you did it on the inverted, flipped over one, you need to flip it. So you take it, and you flip it, just like that. And then back it goes. And we'll see you in 2 more minutes.
Nope.
And 2 minutes is up, and our matzah is ready to come out. So Rivka, you hold the dog over there. Say hi to the camera. There you go. And it's a cracker. Alright guys. It's going to be too hot to mess with for right now. But if you can hear it, listen. You can hear it. So you have choices at this point. You can brush it with a little olive oil. You can brush it with a little olive oil and add a little sea salt. You can leave it just the way it is. You can put anything on top of it you want. I think we're going to leave this one, and when it cools down, I might put a little butter, a little jelly on it or something. I don't know. So this is our matzah, and it is very matzah-like. All right, thank you guys. I would love to see some pictures of matzah if they come out. Like to see some pictures of matzah if it doesn't come out for you. But I hope you all enjoyed it. Enjoy your adventure in the art of matzah making. Thanks, and have a great time.
This is good, not good.